Hey, howdy, hey guys, this is CoreCat13, that one with the deep voice. I hope y'all are doing A-okay today. This is actually take 2 of this recording. Big shock there. And yeah, we're going to be playing Mega Man again. In particular, we're going to be focusing on the 7th entry in the series. Fun times. And look at that, they're already just kind of throwing us in there. We already got ourselves a new character, Otto. Mega Man is rolling into battle because Dr. Wily is about to break out of jail because of course he is. Can't keep Wily down, I tell ya. Oh, and there's a wall there because apparently Otto has yet to figure out how to like make his wheels raise up so that he can just keep... I don't know. Is this supposed to be the future? Come on, man. I always love that. It's so silly. He sounded so disappointed. I guess he really wanted Mega Man to wear a hard hat. Although, in all fairness, it'd probably be more durable than the helmet he always wears. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting thing I always wonder. Is like, why does Mega Man always wear a motorcycle helmet? I guess it looks cool, but whatever. What's going on, Dr. Light? Ah, come on, roll can help. No, Mega Man, we have no time. Wily is using the attack of his robots to cover his escape. Look. Very amusing sound effects there. And note that there are only 4 robots that are breaking him out. A hint of things to come. Oh, and there he is, doing those eyebrows still. I do find it amusing that he has to close the hatch there. It's kind of funny. Apparently it's a spaceship. Cool. Alrighty. Well, business as usual for Mega Man. He has to go after Dr. Wily again. At least this time he's not faking shit. No Mr. X, no... None of that stupid shit. Look at that, we got currency now. I'll explain that later. Oh, man. So much to talk about. So very little time. I guess I could explain, like, why I'm doing Mega Man 7 right now. I don't know. I brought it up in one of the Let's Plays, and you know what? I really would like to go back to the Mega Man series. So here we are. Let's Play number 41. Mega Man 7! This guy's freaking chump. Very easy boss. Though as you can tell, the updated graphical capabilities of the Super Nintendo definitely are just... they're just showing off at this point. It's just, it looks so gorgeous. This is honestly one of the best looking games on the Super Nintendo, in my opinion. Also one of the best OSTs. And one lovely thing about the Legacy Collection is that you have the Turbo Fire option, which I find to be very useful. It's very handy in this game, because it means that you don't have to constantly hold down the charge shot. Anyway. You're as good as they say, Mega Man. You better tell me who you are. Yeah, you tell that asshole. I'm Bass and he's Treble. We have been trying to stop Dr. Wily while you were gone. I see now that you don't need our... Yeah, I do! I don't know what the hell Dr. Wily has in store today. Okay, I guess Mega Man's a solo act again. Would have been nice. Don't know why they kept the password thing there. I guess in case you wanted to play old school. But anyway, these are the 4 robots that Dr. Wily utilized to break out of prison. We have Freeze Man, Cloud Man, Burst Man, and Junk Man, which is actually my cousin's favorite Robot Master. But the first Robot Master on the hit list is Burst Man. He is the easiest of the bunch. And of course, we already got robots looking like they need to take a dump. Alright. And again, continuing the trend of Mega Man 7 having great music. It's just great presentation all around. Just look at this. This is a game that really does deserve to be in full screen mode. It's very nice. Get out of here. Guess I should probably explain what those bolts are there. Like I mentioned earlier, those are currency for a shop system that if you press the minus button, if you're playing the Switch 2 version, but if you're playing the original SNES version, it will be the select button. You press that and you automatically go to the shop, which will pay a visit to Otto between Robot Masters, so or I should say Robot Master sets. Yeah, other than that, Mega Man 7 very much is your standard Mega Man game. I think this game was released in 1995? It was either 94 or 95. And by then, Mega Man X had already come out, so this game didn't really get the fanfare it deserved. And this is the sole Mega Man game, like Mega Man Classic game that got released in the West for the Super Nintendo. Granted, it's not the only one for the Super Nintendo, as Mega Man and Bass also released, but only in Japan. We got that later on the GBA, but that version sucks ass because of the screen crunch. Watch out for the spikes there. And now we're facing off with a crab. This game really likes its mini-bosses, I'm just going to tell you that right now. Utilize the awesome power of the Turbo Fire, and of course the power of the slide move. Very glad they didn't take that away, unlike in Mega Man 9 and 10, where they just removed it. Yeah, already my commentary feels a lot more lively than it did last night. But then again, last night I was also recording Super Mario Odyssey, so there's that. You'll be getting that hopefully in the next few days. But I'm thinking this will come first, just that way you guys have a little bit of variety. It's not just Mario. It looks like we're heading deeper into the facility here. Go ahead and pull out the Rush coil, which I'm glad Rush is back in business. And of course, the magically appearing and disappearing blocks that must always be in a Mega Man game are once again present and accounted for. They're not too common in this game, thankfully. But there is one part of the Wily Castle that does have a pretty tricky bit of it, so watch out. Yeah, as you can see here, this game very much is a love letter to the entire Mega Man series. Like, you're going to be seeing enemies from all over the series here. Like those diving Metals from Mega Man 4. Of course, we saw the frogs from Mega Man 3. And just so much more. We even got the original version of Sniper Joe. And the collectible letters like in Mega Man 5, so But the letters actually are going to be for the jetpack adapter from Mega Man 6, which now it has combined with the power adapter to become the super adapter. We had to collect all 4 Rush letters in order to collect it. And it is a very useful ability. And it's actually it's one of the weaknesses of a few of the Robot Masters, including Shade Man, who is a pain in the butt otherwise. Anyway, got these eyeball droids from Mega Man 3. A lot of Mega Man 3 robots, I notice. Glad they didn't bring back the big eye. I know it would have been very tempting for him. Anyway, here's Burst Man, who you could argue is kind of like Bubble Man from Mega Man 2 because of his primary weapon being, well, bubbles. And the strategy is pretty simple. Just stay on the left side of the screen about at the second... I'm not quite sure what those are. Sud-covered bubble dispensers. Anyway, just stay there. And just progressively jump towards Burst Man there. And utilize the charge shot, and he is done for. He is actually, though, in the rematches, Burstman is actually one of 2 robots that actually has a couple of weaknesses. Slashman is the other one. And both of them have vulnerabilities to both the Freeze Cracker, which we'll be obtaining from Freeze Man, and the Scorch Wheel, which we'll be picking up from Turbo Man. Which I'll give a little bit of fun facts about Turbo Man once we encounter him in his stage. There's actually a pretty easy way to take him out, too, and it's quite amusing. I do love this boss music. It's just simply called the 8 Robot Masters. Which I'm glad that the Robot Masters have, like, their own theme. And the enemy robots in the Wily Castle have their theme. Anyway, we kick the shit out of Burstman and we steal his weapon. Looks like I gotta check my schedule here shortly. And as you can tell here, Capcom decided it would probably be a good idea to show off what each of the weapons can do. We got the Danger Wrap, which, as Dr. Light explained, will encase an enemy in a bubble and blow them up momentarily. What he didn't mention is that you can actually press down on the D-pad and then press the attack button and it will leave the bomb on the ground. And it's actually the bubble function that makes it the vulnerability of Cloudman, who has one of the best themes in the entire game. And his stage is actually another one that has a few interesting traits to it. Depending on how you utilize some of the weapons, in particular how you attack that guy. If you attack that guy with Cloudman's weapon, the Thunderbolt, he will strike down with lightning. But if you utilize Freezeman's weapon, instead of the rain, you'll be getting snow. And the snow will actually make it a little bit easier to see what's going on. And you actually do need to shoot out this guy. Otherwise, you cannot progress on the stage. And I don't know what his weakness is. But anyway, of course, we have the pit dwellers there. Always a Mega Man staple. Gotta have a few of those. We got these Pteranodon-like enemies, which I'm not quite sure what they're a reference to. But, you know, you gotta have the swarm enemies, which Mega Man 7 actually has a second one in the returning Pippins from Mega Man 2, who are just as annoying as they were in that game. Fun fact, if you die, when you respawn, the rain will actually be gone and you can see normally. Boy. The first of many times you will see platforms just kind of miraculously appear. And yeah, there he is. There's the fucking Pippin there. Get out of here. Provide me a bolt. I cannot deny bolts are oh so useful. And you definitely want to utilize Rush there to get a nice boost so that you can obtain the second Rush letter. I'm trying to inch my way forward so I don't fall off the platform. Yeah, this is already going much better than last time because I kept falling off the damn platform during the initial recording of this. Oh boy. Well, I managed to dodge most of them. Get out of here. Seems like they really want to provide me with some bolts, which, I mean, I'm okay with, but anyway. Here's good old Sniper Joe, who is very vulnerable to the charge shot. 2 shots will take him out. And he is very vulnerable to the Thunderbolt. 1 blast from the Thunderbolt will take him out. And I think the super adapter also will take him out, but anyway. Let's go ahead and shoot this asshole from Mega Man 1. I forget if that's the same asshole from Mega Man 1, but it looks very similar. Because if you, man, people just want to text me today. Because if you shoot off the body, but don't kill off the head, then the head will come charging at you. So I'm thinking it's the same one, just red. And I really would like that bolt. This part right here is a little bit tricky. Mega Man looks so funny with him just holding his arm out to charge up his Mega Buster shot. And look at that. All kinds of bolts. And continuing the Mega Man 2 homage, you can see this as kind of a sequel to Airman's stage, because we have Airman's cousin here. And he still sucks, and he still blows. He's easy to take out, and thank you very much, Mr. Pippin. Definitely am very much a fan of getting extra lives. I actually got a bunch of extra lives during the initial recording, so I kept dying, but I never got a game over because of it. And yes, I'm aware that Cloudman only has 4 fingers whenever he raises his finger to do his attack. Anyway, that's how you dodge it. You just slide to the other side very quickly while he's charging up. And it doesn't always work, but yeah. Ooh, I almost got away from him. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with Cloudman this time. I mean, I am having a bit of an easier time with him than I did in the original recording, where I just kept messing up, but anyway. There we go, that's how you do it. And there he goes. I made him blow up! And now we charge it up! For what I consider the best weapon in this entire game, aside from the super adapter, the Thunderbolt. Because so many enemies are vulnerable to the Thunderbolt's power, so yeah. Love how Mega Man's mouth looks. And is it just me, or does Mega Man just look pissed off in this game? Like, seriously, it looks so fucking mad. I guess it's just the helmet. The helmet just looks very, very angry. Speaking of angry, let's head off to my cousin Giselle's favorite robot master, Junkman. This is for you, Giselle. But anyway. So this stage right here is a pretty good spot if you want to grind for bolts. At least in the early game. Because you have these cockroach robots that make for excellent grinding fodder. Though there's an even better spot for it later in the game when you take on Slash Man, where you can just run back and forth and you are just fine. More Met variants. Pretty sure we saw these in earlier Mega Man games, but it's always good to see Met variants. Those will go ahead and grab that. Slide on it. Now this stage we actually cannot get the rush letter right away. We actually have to come back for it because we need Freeze Man's weapon to freeze the lava there. So we're just going to hop away from it now. Though I should mention that Freeze Man's weapon can also aim downwards, so we can actually freeze the lava completely. We're going to grab the Thunderbolt. And once again, I jump off the fucking platform. Go figure. Though you're going to want to stand right here. And just rise on up on the Jovian platform. It's very nice. We're just going to keep riding. Climb up the ladder. And then we're going to hang a left or right once again. Hop on this platform. Wait for the Jovian platform to move. We get Rush Jet. Yeah, that is kind of interesting that they gave us Rush Jet and the Super Adapter. both in the same game. It's very, very peculiar. Anyway, we got these snakes here. They are new to Mega Man 7. And I think if you use the Thunderbolt here, it'll actually activate some trash compactors, so you really don't want to do that. Or, you know, if you want to make the stage a little bit more challenging, then you absolutely could do that. We also have these platforms from Mega Man 1 making a comeback. Although, thankfully, they don't start shooting until the junk is compiled on their heads, so there's that. Anyway, I'm gonna hop on this platform here. Thankfully, they're a lot less aggressive than they were in Mega Man 1. They're not quite as random. They seem very deliberate this time. They just follow set paths. And of course, we got the turrets from Mega Man 1. More metals, and then we have these things, which have been a staple since, I think, Mega Man 4, I think? Anyway, it's time to spark Mandrill the crap out of Junkman. I love the fact that his body rotates as he enters. Anyway, so very similar to Guts Man, he will slam on the ground. But he is very easy. You can continue to stun him. And a few shots of the Thunderbolt, and he is done for. And from him, we get one of the best shield weapons in the entire series, the Junk Shield, which Mega Man shall explain here in a second. I always like that color scheme on Mega Man. Looks very cool. Kind of like a darker variant of the Dustman's outfit. It's very cool. And there we go. Dr. Light explains how the Junk Shield works. Essentially, it will create a barrier around you that can take only so much punishment, but a good number of enemies are vulnerable to the Junk Shield. So much so that it is the weakness of Mr. Freezeman there, who very much is a clean freak. He hates pollution, which pisses him off, I guess, that he gets covered in I don't know. That's a bit more of a stretch. But, of course, we have the signature giant enemy that must always be in a Mega Man game. In this case, it is Polar Bear flavored. I don't think he appears in the Wily Castle, but, you know, he's here. Kind of looks like someone from Mega Man X. Just a little bit. And of course, we have these assholes again, debuting in Mega Man 4. And he was so kind as to provide us with some currency. And now we have some more unique enemies. I love freaking Freezeman's theme. His, Shademan, and Cloudman's themes are the absolute best in the entire game. Though I will say that Burstman has some pretty good music too. I cannot gush enough about Mega Man 7's presentation. It is absolutely fantastic. It's almost like a moving manga, in a sense. And now we shall utilize Rush once again to hop up here. Alright, go ahead and take care of that. So take care of that. Thank you. Grab the Rush coil. Pull out the jet. And you need to step all the way back here. And I accidentally pressed left on the D-pad when I wasn't trying to. Yeah, this right here is a little bit tricky. Mega Man keeps wanting to walk off the damn edge. There we go. At least it didn't take quite as long as last time. It's a bit tricky to get, but good old Rush Jet is very useful. And we actually have another Rush part coming up shortly. We got some bone platforms from Skullman stage. Like I said, continuing the homage to the previous Mega Man games. And we are going to utilize Rush Coil to get across that because I'm not stupid. And by the way, these things right here, these turrets, are very vulnerable to Burst Man's weapon. So if you want to utilize that, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and utilize Rush to grab the Rush Search Adapter, which will allow you to dig into the ground and find some special items, which we will definitely need. Also, these annoying sentry robots are vulnerable to the danger wrap. And as you can see here, we can kind of speculate on Mr. Freezeman's purpose, which is to freeze prehistoric samples and all that. He also is very into environmental preservation, so yeah. Very cool, very cool. Quite literally. Let's go ahead and utilize Rush Coil again. Lots of use of Rush Coil in this game. We're about to come across some penguin robots, which if you continue to walk, you should be okay on the first one. The Thunderbolt does indeed one-shot those. And now we pull out the Junk Shield. It's time to surprise the fuck out of freaking Freezeman here, who I'm not really sure why he decided he wanted to freeze himself like he was freaking Mr. Freeze. But, you know, I suppose even Robot Masters need hobbies. Which I should mention that in Mega Man and Base, they actually did come up with, like, some interests and stuff that these robots have. That's actually what I was pulling from whenever I was referencing Freezeman's interests there. And yes, he was breaking the fourth wall. That's just something he does. And now we have the signature Cyan outfit, previously seen in Mega Man 4. Once again with Skullman's weapon, the Skull Barrier. Only this time, it makes a lot more sense because it is an ice weapon. The Freeze Cracker, another great weapon. And the signature weapon that you can aim in multiple directions. So, there you go. I feel like I just saw you, Dr. Light. I think he's just lonely. I mean, look at his Santa Claus beard there. He's just, he wants his kid back. Anyway, they're just talking about Base. They don't really see him as a threat, which is going to bite them in the ass later. Though it is a bit sad that Base ended up having to be a bad guy. Which, yeah, spoiler alert there. In case you haven't played Mega Man 7 or know of Base. I don't know. Perhaps you haven't. And here we are. Welcome to the Robot Museum. I was kind of debating whether or not to stop the video here, which I actually did last time, but this time... Oh my god. Really, Wily? You're not escaping your attraction to Gutsman there. Though that does make one question. Do these Robot Masters just end up getting shut off and now they're just trapped in here? Now we have this thing. Kind of a proto-Clown Man from Mega Man 8. If I recall correctly, he doesn't really have a weakness. I think it's the Thunderbolt is technically his weakness, but... yeah. Anyway. Go ahead and pop his head off there. Just get in a few shots. Look at that, we already got him down to half health. I don't know why, this boss reminds me of something you'd see in Mega Man 8. Like maybe something you'd see in Clown Man stage. Hence why I said he just kind of seems like a prototype Clown Man. And now that we've kicked his sorry behind, the rest of the Robot Masters shall reveal themselves. Apparently it took Wily a little bit to finish off the rest of the Robot Masters that he needed. So, anyway, here they are. And we will discuss who these Robot Masters are in the next episode of Mega Man 7. See you guys later.